Think you can lose belly fat by just focusing on eat less and move more? Wrong. Shedding that last bit of stubborn belly fat isn't just about cutting calories and hitting the treadmill. In this video, I'll uncover the 4 critical mistakes that are sabotaging your belly fat loss and keeping that stubborn fat hanging on. It's time to separate facts from fiction and get lean without the gym bro routine. You've probably been told that the only way to lose belly fat is to find a diet that you can stick to forever. Sounds about as realistic as finding a unicorn in your backyard, right? Well, don't worry. That whole let's find a sustainable diet thing, it's a myth. The real secret? It's all about finding a diet that works for different phases of your body transformation journey. You just need a diet strategy for getting lean and a diet strategy for maintaining. Basically a real life strategy with the flexibility that we all need. Think about it. You've got a job, a social life, and a million other responsibilities. And trying to maintain a super restrictive diet on top of that, it's just a recipe for disaster. Stop listening to those shredded influencers with top 1% genetics, who have never even coached a single normal person in their life. They're preaching about a forever diet, while you're struggling to keep up with their advice of orthorexic meal prep, unrealistic nutrition plans, leaving you feeling overwhelmed and frustrated. Or even worse, at a social event, constantly trying to figure out the calories that are in front of you, feeling anxious that you're screwing it all up. And despite all these efforts, your stubborn belly fat doesn't budge. This constant struggle isn't just difficult, it's unsustainable, and you feel like a failure every time you slip up. Here's the real deal. Instead of aiming for some unrealistic forever diet, treat getting lean as a phase. It's all about this 2-phase approach, a leaning out phase and a maintenance phase. In your leaning out phase, don't set yourself up for failure looking for some slow and sustainable approach that you can do forever. Instead, focus on dieting aggressively for periods that sync up with your lifestyle. Hit your maximum calorie deficit number and take advantage of that initial motivation to really push hard. Then, once you reach a certain milestone, transition to a maintenance plan that lets you live your normal life without constantly stressing over calories. Let's face it, nobody wants to be that person that can't enjoy a meal out with friends for fear of ruining their diet. And as the saying goes, we are built for feast and famine, not a constant mild famine that's dressed up as slow and sustainable. So go aggressive in your leaning out phases, and then build a flexible diet structure for your maintenance phases. And if you're interested in getting lean without that traditional gym bro routine, make sure to subscribe for more game-changing tips. But wait, there's another piece to the puzzle. How do we navigate getting stuck at those pesky weight plateaus? Do you eventually get stuck at a body fat percentage plateau, despite eating less and less? It's time to rethink your strategy, because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again without seeing a different result, right?
Bro, diet breaks are for the weak. You've got to stay disciplined.
Well, ignore that, because these strategic diet breaks are the missing piece to finally shed that stubborn body fat. Diet breaks are essential to make sure that your metabolic rate stays revved up, preventing those frustrating scenarios where you're eating next to nothing and you're still not losing weight. Don't end up like one of Andy Galpin's clients, a top-level UFC heavyweight working out all day and just eating 1,800 calories and still not able to lose any weight. You see, when you're in a calorie deficit for too long, your body starts to adapt. It thinks you're starving, so it slows down your metabolism to conserve energy. And then emotional eating becomes your enemy. Whether it's a pizza and a few beers, or a full weekend feast because you just can't take the diet anymore. This is where most people falter, because they feel like they're on this never-ending diet, without the results for all their hard work. So what exactly are these strategic diet breaks? In a nutshell, they're planned periods where you temporarily boost your calorie intake up to maintenance levels, instead of staying in a calorie deficit non-stop. I know what you're thinking. Won't that undo all my hard work? Absolutely not. These breaks are crucial for long-term fat loss. So how do we implement these diet breaks effectively? All the data shows that if you plan diet breaks in a 3-to-1 ratio, you get the exact same fat loss benefits without the metabolic slowdown. Any version of a 3-to-1 ratio works. This can be 3 weeks of dieting to a 1 week of a diet break, or 6 weeks of dieting and 2 weeks of a diet break, or 9 weeks of dieting and 3 weeks of a diet break. You get the picture, whatever works best for you. During these breaks, bump your calories back up to maintenance before diving back into your deficit. And here's a pro tip. Use these breaks strategically around holidays or vacations or stressful times so that fitness fits your lifestyle, not the other way around. So don't skip out on these game-changing diet breaks. They might just be that missing piece to finally break through that body fat percentage plateau, so you can finally get rid of that stubborn belly fat for good. And if you're new here, my name is Tim. I'm a food scientist and personal trainer, now based in Austin, Texas. I specialize in helping guys hit 10% body fat without letting fitness take over their lives. And to get you started, I've got 2 free guides, my 5-minute rapid fat loss guide to carbohydrate cycling, and my 7 best challenge block workouts. Both are linked down in the description below. But wait, there's another piece to this puzzle that might surprise you. The role of cardio. I know, you've probably heard that cardio is the worst thing ever for building muscle, but when it comes to burning belly fat, there's something you need to rethink. You've been following all that gym bro advice. Lift heavy, eat clean. But that stubborn belly fat, it just doesn't budge. You're sitting at a desk all day, and just lowering your calories, it doesn't cut it. It's not exactly surprising when you really think about it. For most of us, intense gym workouts aren't enough to get truly lean. So let's address that elephant in the room. Cardio. I know what you're thinking. Those fitness gurus on social media, they tell you cardio is unnecessary. Just lower your calories, bro. Calories in, calories out, right? But here's the thing. When it comes to losing stubborn belly fat, cardio is your secret weapon. Strength training is fantastic for building muscle, but for most of us mere mortals with desk jobs, strength training is just not enough. Cardio may not be the main weapon, but it's the sidekick to your superhero of strength training. Cardio is the Robin to your Batman, the jelly to your peanut butter. By adding cardio to your routine, you're easily creating a bigger calorie deficit and stimulating different energy systems within your body. And this is key to melting away that belly fat. Now, I know what you're thinking again. I'm too busy for cardio. But here's the thing, you don't need to spend hours on the treadmill for results. Start small by just adding 20 to 30 minutes of walking outside or on an inclined treadmill each day. And watch your results peak up massively. And if you're already doing this, then add 2 sessions of 30 minutes of zone 2 cardio to your routine. Then from here, add 10% on each week to account for your reduction in calorie output due to the weight loss. And by gradually increasing your cardio over time, you're just burning more belly fat on autopilot. And the best part? You can do cardio anywhere. Take a brisk walk on your lunch break, hop on a bike, or even jump around your living room like nobody's watching. So don't fall for the cardio bashing hype. It's a crucial piece of the fat loss puzzle. But wait, there's one more thing you need to know to truly succeed on this journey. So you've got the perfect diet and a killer cardio routine, but for some reason you just can't stay on track until you hit your goal. Why? Because losing belly fat is this vague and uninspiring target. Sure, it sounds nice, but it won't help you say no to that second slice of pizza or push you through a tough workout when you're tired. Here's the real deal. You need a goal that's personal and meaningful to you. Maybe it's just getting lean for a beach vacation because you don't want to be the fat one. Or maybe it's nailing that lean look for a wedding or a new love interest. Whatever it is, it's got to make you feel a little bit alive so you get excited to chase after it. And having this specific meaningful goal doesn't just make the whole process more motivating. It gives you this clear target to aim for. And when you're in the thick of a diet and a training grind, it's easy to lose sight of why you even started in the first place. But when you've got that big juicy goal staring you down, it's a constant reminder of what you're fighting for. And let's not forget the power of a deadline. When you've got this specific date circled on the calendar, everything feels more real and urgent. It's not just some vague notion of getting lean someday. It's a concrete objective with a ticking clock next to it. Trust me, there's nothing like a little time pressure to light a fire under you and keep you focused. So don't make the mistake of setting a bland and uninspiring goal, like lose some belly fat. Dig deep and find something that truly excites you, something that you can't wait to achieve. And like Nietzsche said, he who has a why to live can bear almost any how. So form that motivating goal, and for more coaching tips, watch my video here.